Alright, we're back with the PlayStation 4 motherboard, and we're going to show this connector here. Don't know if you can see it, but all the pins are just messed up. They're pushed through. Hopefully doesn't look like the board is damaged there, but there are some that are pins that are pushed through. Some are missing. In the previous video, I did a teardown of the PlayStation 4. If you need to know how to take that apart, I decided to split it into two videos because a lot of people already know how to take these apart, and I figured that if you're wanting to see how to replace the HDMI port, you don't have to wait through the whole entire video to get to the part where I actually get the board out. So I'm going to get started here. And what I'm going to do is going to be similar to the tablet repair. The pins on the inside here, I'm going to use the hot air. I'm going to use the hot air overall, but I am going to start with the pins on the back here. I'm going to use my desoldering tool because that seems to work really well to help the solder, you get all this off of here first, and then that way you can just use the hot air to heat up the area to get the pins loose, and that way you don't really have to put that much heat to it. And around here somewhere I do have the new part. There we go. Well, let's get started here. I'm going to go ahead and heat up my desoldering tool. Okay, the desoldering iron is heated up, so I'm going to try to get this on in frame as best I can. Alright, I need to change the tip on my desoldering tool. The hole in the end of it is not quite big enough to fit around the pieces coming up through the board here. So I'm going to go ahead and swap that out. Alright, I got it swapped out here. I just wanted to mention something kind of comical. I don't know if you can see the tip there. Let me try to focus in on it. On the when I was getting a different tip on Amazon, I noticed in the comments somebody said, "Oh, there's no hole in the end of it." Let me see if I can focus in on it. Yeah, they said there's no hole in there. Well, they come plugged with solder from the factory. All you have to do is heat it up and then just do this. Wow, look at that. There's a hole there now. I just thought that was funny to mention. In the comments, the guy said something about he had to drill it out, and I'm thinking, well, that's kind of odd, but okay. Well, let's get back to connector here. Oh, it's working a lot better now. It looks like I got most of that solder out of that connector there. I'm gonna pause for a second and put some Kapton tape on there to protect the area before I use the hot air. Alright, got that tape on there to protect the area, and I'm gonna hit it with some hot air. You can really see, let me get some pick tool here. Try to show it in the video. You can really see these pins here that were just pushed all the way through the connector. I'm going to try to push those back so you can see. Yeah, that's kind of a mess. Okay, I'm going to try to heat this from both sides of the board. So I'm going to try to flip it one way and then the other. You get the connector like this and just put a little tiny bit of pressure on it. Okay, now I'm going to get some hot air to the other side here. Got all the pins off there. I'm just trying to get the, there we go. And that is how you want to try to get these things off. I've seen a lot of people use regular heat guns and heat up the back of the board and yank on it with pliers, and you don't want to do that, because any of these little pins here, well, that's hot. Any of these little pins that are still stuck to the board, if you do that, you're just going to rip the pads off, and then you've pretty much destroyed your main board there. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit with my soldering iron and get the new connector ready to go back on. Alright, got the board turned around here. I'm just going to put a little bit of flux here. Then I'm going to just flow in some more solder. And this is just regular standard solder because we don't know. I'm sure that it's probably some lead-free solder in there, and I want to try to get rid of all that. Grab a Q-tip here and some alcohol and clean that up. Alright, got that all cleaned up. Alright, I got those holes all cleaned out now. I feel really dumb. The most important part of my video where I soldered the HDMI connector back on is missing. I'm not sure what happened, if the camera didn't get started or if I bumped the thing and it stopped recording. I'm not sure. But anyway, what I do with connectors like this is I flood all the pins with solder and then just wick away the excess. This seems to be a really easy way to get some of these connectors to solder in rather than trying to heat them up with the little tiny pins like that, and which you can do. That's kind of up to the person soldering, but I've found that for some of these it's easier just to flood all the pins with solder and then wick away the excess. I really apologize for losing that clip. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Really upset when I'm editing this thing and found out that that's missing. You can go ahead and bash me for it in the comments, but it is what it is. So I figured, I needed to go ahead and post what I have here. Right now I'm just going ahead and putting the unit back together, and just continue to reassemble it. Again, I apologize for missing that point, but if you have any comments or questions about how I did that, just leave them below, and you can at least see up to that exactly what I did, and let's go from there. SSD back in here instead of the spinner hard drive. Should speed it up a little bit. Alright, and that is it for putting it back together. I'm going to continue this video in a minute here. I'm going to hook it up and show it operating. Alright, we're going to turn this bad boy on here. Now I will still need to load the new PlayStation OS on this new hard drive, so I don't expect it to do much more than this. It should come up and tell me that I need to load the OS. Let's see here. Yep, here we go. I'm going to plug the controller in here to the front like it says. Yep, and there's the dialog that says to install the USB with the operating system on it. And this can be downloaded from Sony's website. It's not a big deal. If you like, I can do a video on that as well. But I'll save that for another one. But for right now, that's about it. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe. If you have any comments, just leave them below. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.